Hi, everyone, and welcome to a Ateraverse 25 virtual event. This is Ticketing That Works, Unlocking AI Insights. I am Bill, onboarding manager here at Atera, and I'm with my colleague Lee. Say hi, Lee.
Hey there, guys.
Hi, and welcome. So we are really excited to kick off this breakout session with you today. Whether you're joining us for the first time or you're part of the growing Atera community, we're glad you're here. Now, I know the spotlight today is all about the big buzz autopilot. It's an exciting and huge leap forward. Among many things, giving you the ability to fully automate ticket resolution from start to finish. It's smart, it's powerful, and it's going to change the way support teams work. But as we look ahead, we shouldn't lose sight of what's already here and delivering value, the Copilot. It's not just an AI tool, it's a daily partner inside every ticket, delivering insights, suggesting replies, tagging categories, and even helping you build out your knowledge base and reports. If autopilot is the future, then Copilot is the bridge that's already transforming today. I'm not going to be doing this alone today. I'm going to be doing it with my colleague Lee, one of our awesome customer success managers here at Atera. Lee works directly with IT teams every single day, helping them get results from these features. Lee, say hello.
Hey, everyone. I'm excited to be here with you. I've had a chance to work with so many of you one-on-one, and today's session is all about giving you the real-world playbook for getting the most out of Copilot. Whether it's handling tickets faster, building stronger KBs, or setting up smart reports that you can actually use.
Thanks, man. All right, so now that we're grounded in what this session is all about, let's dive straight into our first demo. And let's see what the AI Copilot can do in action. So imagine this. There's a user, classic user, submits a ticket that you've probably seen 100 times, and it says something like, sorry for bothering you, but my computer is really slow again, and it's hard to get work done. That's it. Pretty typical, right? So let's see what it's done. Let me give it a second. I'm going to do a change of screen here, and we're going to come back over here. 1 second, and we're back over here. So we're in our ticket page, okay? So I've got my ticket here. It says right here, computer is slow. I'm going to open it up, take a look at it. Now, on this page alone, there's going to be at least 4 different things that the Copilot can do. One of the first things I want to do is come over and give a reply to the users. The easiest way to give the reply, let me just clean this out here, is I can give a automatic reply. So I can click on my autopilot, generate, not autopilot, the generate reply. And it says, hey, Lee, I understand it's frustrating. It can be when your computer is slow. Here's an automatic reply that I have for this. The Copilot has done that. It's set. It's ready to go. That's one way to do it. Now, the next thing I can do is after I've sent that, I can come over here to my Copilot. I can click on my Copilot, and I can wait a second or two. And what it's going to do, I've asked it to summarize the ticket, to give me some information, and also to give me some ideas about how to manage it. It's going to take us for a second. So it's reading, it's understanding, it's taking a look at some of the other tickets that we've had, and it's going to do that. In that time, I can go ahead and send that first reply to Lee. And here I have a summary, okay? It gives me a very good picture of what's gone on. It gives me some actions, what I can do. It's great. And it really has already saved me amount of time to understand what's going on. So I have this. I can even ask the chat a bit more. I can say, give me suggestion for a reply to user, okay? And I can make that request. And if I wanted to use that reply, I can use that. And it says, hey, Lee, and I've got another one. I'm going to grab this one, and I am going to just paste it right over here. Now I have a reply. I can send it to him. I can do something internal if I wanted. But the next thing I can do is I can take it to another level. I have my reply. I have my response. I can come down here to the bottom on the right-hand side where it says generate article. We talked earlier about creating KB articles. It's automatic article creator. So I'm going to click on this, and what it's going to do, it's going to generate an article for me. You'll see it coming up. Here we go. And what it's going to do, it's going to automatically create an article that's going to give me all the information. You're going to see that it has the content in place. It has the title. I can decide which section I want to put it into. I'm going to put it in my, let's say I want to put it in my Office 365. I can add it to priority. I can change it. If I want to edit, I can edit it. If I want to give it some color, whatever it is, when I have this, I can save it, and it's going to be in my knowledge base article group. So when somebody goes into the portal, we'll be able to see it. But there's also another trick that I can do with this. I can also take this information, and I'm going to give it a copy here. And I'm going to go back to my ticket. And one of the ways that we can answer tickets and respond to tickets is by using quick reply templates. What I can do here is I can open up my templates, and I'm going to create a new template. And this particular template is going to be called slow-ish PC. Okay. And actually, I need to click new template here. Sorry, I'm going to create a new one. Slow-ish PC. And I'm going to paste inside of this, I'm going to paste exactly what I just pulled up out of my knowledge base creator. I'm going to take out some of the information I don't need, but I can also use some of this information. I can add to this information. Let me just put it, actually, I'll make it the title for this one. And I can create and add some custom variables. So if I want to personalize it, I can put user first name, and then I can say something like, hello, and I'll have the first name. I can put a lot of different information in there. I can put the portal link if I want to guide people to the portal. I can use their last name, last comments, portal password. I can use site name, all the information. I can do that. Then I'm going to save it here. All right. And I'll come back over here. And I now have another opportunity. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send this one already, and I'm going to send another. And then I will add this here. And then I can select the quick template. Here it is down here at the bottom. And there's all the information ready. So what I've been able to do with the Copilot, I've been able to take a look at the ticket. I have a quick response. I have a quick reply. I have the Copilot that gives me the information about it. And I also can generate an article. It's a lot. It can save me a lot of time. It saves you a lot of time. And you can get to do the things that you really need to do. Lee, you've got something that you want to share with this, right?
Yeah, I do actually. It's one of our new advanced features found in the Copilot called Copilot Generated Custom Fields. So before I share, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what it is and what it can be used for. So simply put, these are ticket custom fields that can be automatically populated based on the ticket's content. This means that as soon as a ticket is created or another trigger has occurred, the relevant information can be extracted and added to the custom fields without any manual intervention. So I'm going to show you a little bit of what that looks like and show you an example as well. So I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to show you how we can do it. All right. Perfect. So the first thing that we need to do is create a new custom field. It can be found by going into the custom fields page. And we have the option of creating a custom field. Now, we can choose any type of custom field that we want, whether it be a text-based, number, date, checkbox, dropdown. It can be any type of custom field depending on the data that you're trying to pull. Now, the title is very important because the title here, this isn't just cosmetic. You can think of the title here as being the prompt for what the AI is going to try to populate the ticket with. So one very simple example that we can do that's also very effective is to generate a short summary based on what the AI summary of the ticket itself. So if we were to write down ticket short summary, let's make it a required field and let's add it. Okay. So it's been added as a custom field within the tickets. So if I go to the ticket, and also I'm going to add it to a ticket form because specifically in this environment, I am taking advantage of ticket forms. So if you are as well, you definitely want to make sure to add it to one of your forms. So we'll just search it and pull it into form, click save. And just like that, if we go into the tickets page, you'll notice that in the ticket properties, we'll have added a new custom field called ticket short summary. Now, I can add the value manually, but that's not really what we're trying to do. We can do something more advanced than that. If we go to admin and search for ticket automation rules, we get the module for creating different automations. Now, first off, we're going to give it a name. So let's give it the name create short ticket summary. Let's just copy this here. And the trigger is really going to depend on how we want this automation to be to come into play. So, for example, if we want the summary to be created when a new ticket comes into the platform, is generated, then you might want to click on new ticket created. However, if you also want the summary to change over time, you might also want to click on ticket status changed. You can also add multiple rules. That way you can have the ticket summary generate when it's created and also generate over time. So when a responder responds to the technician, or whether the technician responds to the end user. So for this example, we're going to click on ticket status changed, and we're going to add that. So again, for this automation, we don't need a condition. We're just looking to get our end result. So we're going to click on action type, and what you're going to find is set field value by Copilot. This is the mechanism that triggers the custom field to automatically populate. And what we're going to do is we're going to want to select the custom field that we created. In this case, it's ticket short summary. We're going to click add, and now this automation is running. So we're going to go back into tickets, and what we're going to do is we are going to go into one of our tickets, and you'll notice that it's still not here, and that's because we need to activate the trigger, which is changing the status. So let's say that the technician responded, and then we can change the ticket to pending, for example. So let's change that, and let's also refresh the page just so we can see it real quick. And what we'll find here is that this custom field was automatically populated with a short summary of this ticket. User experiencing slow computer performance, seeking ways to speed it up. And whenever the ticket status is going to change, right? Whenever the ticket is updated, the ticket short summary will also be updated alongside it. Okay, so it's a pretty cool thing. Now, what I also want you to do is show you how to make this actionable. How do we pull this information into reports? It's nice that we can see it on the ticket, but how do we see a broader view of the entire experience? Okay, so first off, let's go back here. And what I'm also going to do is I've created a little site here. That way we can view all of these different tickets in our report. It'll just make things a little bit easier. We're going to select all, and we're going to set status, and we're going to put them all in pending just to make sure that we have our proper trigger in place. And let's click apply. Okay, now let's head over to reports. And what we're going to want to do is navigate over to the analytical reports. This will give us the option of creating reports from scratch using different data sets found within the platform. So we're going to want to click on report, click a data set to build a report, and we're going to want to select tickets because we are pulling from the tickets data set. Here we have the report builder page where we have all the different fields that we can pull from. So let's give an example. Let's go to ticket, and normally you can see all the different ones listed here. I happen to know what fields that I want to use here. So we have ticket title that I want to use. Let's use that. Let's also select ticket number. I want to know the ticket number that we're talking about here. And this is important. All the different custom fields that you're going to be creating in the platform can be found within account custom fields. So this is where you can find them. We can target the agent, we can target the site, but we're looking for the ticket custom fields, and we should be able to find it here. It is here, ticket short summary. And we're going to want to click on that. And the last thing what we wanted to do, we have a lot of tickets within the system, but I want to see what was in my Manhattan site. Remember all the tickets that I put as pending? Let's find that. So let's put filter and let's find site name. And now let's click on Manhattan over here. And now let's run the report and see what we get. Okay, so we already have a bunch of information here. We have a couple ticket titles, we have ticket numbers, and we have the Copilot that's already generating different summaries. If it doesn't have proper information, then it won't create a summary, right? Right. For example, this ticket right here. But in a real world environment, what you'll see is all the different tickets that you have, all of them with your ticket short summaries. And keep in mind that summaries are just one use case for the Copilot generated fields. You can have an example of what did this technician do on the ticket, or you can have a specific attribute, and maybe the custom field can be a check mark box as opposed to a text field. And you can say, does this need manager approval? Yes or no. Maybe if it's depending on your workflow, the Copilot might be able to determine that, and it might check or uncheck a checkbox. So it's a really, really versatile system. It depends on your workflow and how you want to design your automations. So now that we have these reports, we can also save them. So if we go to here, we can click on Save and to a new dashboard, and we can call it Ticket Summaries. Okay, let's put it in my folder and click on Save. And now I have a dashboard that I can always return to if I want to view the different tickets that my technicians are working on. So I can add additional filters. I can add it to, maybe I want to have a dashboard that shows all the different tickets I worked on within the last 2 weeks or something like that. And if you really think about it, if you are an IT department or a managed service provider that needs to show your work, that needs to show what you're doing to provide value for your end users, this is a great way to do it. You can also schedule this report to go out on a regular basis to either members on your team or to your end users. It's a really, really powerful tool. Okay, so we can save that. And there we go. That's pretty much it.
That's awesome, Lee. I got a couple of questions, Lee, that have come across since we started. Maybe you can help out with some of the answers here. One of the first ones that came in is, can the AI Copilot suggest solutions based on previous tickets automatically, or does it only use KB articles?
It's a really good question. So first off, the AI the information that's being pulled into the AI comes from multiple different sources. First off, right, it's smart, it's an AI, and that we've also pre-programmed it with a lot of IT information that's relevant for the use case of our specific customers. It also learns from the KB articles that you generate. So the more KB articles you create, the more information that our AI brain will have to read from. And the more you teach it, the better it will become at servicing your end users over time. Additionally, you also have a thumbs up and thumbs down system. So the more you rate the answers that the Copilot will give you, the smarter it'll become as well.
Awesome. And 1 second, I got another question here. It's actually kind of a similar question. Is the system out of the box, or do you have to go through a full training period to get it up to speed?
Okay. So it is very much ready outside the box. You can already start using it. But of course, your usage of the AI is really, really going to propel the AI forward in terms of how it's going to service you. So it could be that after a certain amount of time, the AI that you're using might look very different than an AI that one of your friends using Atera will use, because it'll learn from you and it'll learn from the specific information that you give it to read from.
Awesome. So there are a couple of more questions. Let me reshare my screen here so I can go back and show where we're at. Give me 1 second here. Okay. Let's get that up sharing. It'll take just a second to come back up. So one of the questions that we got and they're sort of related. We looked at them earlier. Is can you show how you format quick replies with placeholders like customer name or issue details? And also, can I edit the generated article before it gets published to the KB? Absolutely. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go back to the ticket that we had earlier, and I'm going to click on the generate article. So I'm going to pop up that article again, and I'm going to show you that you can do all kinds of editing inside it once inside there. Let's get it opened up. Okay, so this is right now, this is the article that's opened up. I can do anything in here. So if I want to highlight anything, I can highlight it. I can change the color to it. I can put highlighting to it. I can change the font to it. I pretty much can do anything that you would normally do. I can add bullets. I can change the font that I want to have into it. So anything that I want to do in this, I can do all in this dashboard right up here, just like this. And then once I've had this, I can go ahead and create the article. As long as I need to make sure that I put the display in the section, I can change the title, anything. So absolutely, you can edit it before you publish it. Okay. The other question that we had was, can I edit the quick reply template to put some more information in here? Quite easy. I'm going to go back to create new. I'm going to find the one that I worked on. I'm going to click on the edit button. I come over here, and again, you can see that I've already done some editing. I have added the custom variables. And again, I have this full complement of different things I can do to edit. So if I want to highlight it, if I want to change the font, I can do all kinds of things. And again, I can edit that as I go. So if I want to change it after a month or 2 or 3, or if something changes in my process, I can always do that, and I can always save that. Okay, let's take a look. Some more questions. 1 second. Lee, I'm going to give you one. Okay, you ready? Can the AI capture the process table or what application is eating up? Actually, I think this was answered offline. Okay. Can you provide a real example of where the AI actually surfaced useful information to help a tech troubleshoot an issue? Lee, you want to grab that one?
Sure. I mean, there are almost too many examples to choose from, but I think one of the coolest things about our Copilot is that it's able to diagnose issues in real time. So, for example, if all of the end users' computers are hooked up to printers, so one of the very common things that you can do is you can immediately go into the Copilot and you can ask it, is this a device hooked up to a printer? And you can diagnose the printer through the device and try to understand what might be causing the link between a problem between the link between the device and the printer. So it's a very, very common use case in that sense. The printers are quite a nightmare for a lot of our end users. So it's a big lifesaver.
Okay. There's a question here, and it wasn't offered offline. I'm not for sure that I'm able to answer this, but I'll give it a shot. Lee, maybe you can help me out with this one. Can the AI capture the process table, or what application is eating up disks when they create the ticket if it says slow computer, and offer to kill the 12 instances of Outlook after saving the user's work? You want to give that one a shot, Lee?
In theory, yes. So, right, we can't promise that the AI Copilot will specifically diagnose that problem. It usually goes through a step-by-step analysis of what could be the issue. So, it could be that there are multiple different tabs open. It could be multiple different causes to the problem. It'll run through a checklist, and if it finds that that's the root cause of the issue, it will suggest something of that sort, and it can give you the option of making the change, right? So the Copilot will generate a little button in the chat that will allow the technician to press the button and resolve the issue. So it's a good use case.
So here's another question that we have. So if the quick AI answers don't help, can the users get a prompt for connection to a person? Absolutely. One of the things that Lee was showing you, he was showing about ticket automations. And in the ticket automation process, there's a lot of rules that you can set up. Inside those automations, you can put information like the portal information, but you can also put the tech information. You can add emails to it. You can add telephone numbers to it. You can put any kind of information. So there's always different flows that you can create. There's not going to be something that it's automatically going to say, well, if we don't answer this, then it's going to do another one. But we can, when we change the status, it will also trigger a new automation. And again, you can create as many automations as you want with whatever information that you have. Okay. I have multiple customers, each use their computers differently and have wildly different environments and different software. Does this separate knowledge by customer? Absolutely. What happens is that when a customer sends a ticket in, it's going to be specific to that customer. It's going to be specific to their device. It's going to be specific to their software. And our system is going to be able to identify what softwares are there, what softwares are not there. So absolutely, it's going to be able to identify and separate by customer, by the site, by the software, by the environment. It's going to be able to distinguish that. Somebody asked again, can I edit the generated articles before it gets published to the KB? Absolutely. You can edit it, and you can also go back and edit it if the information has changed over time. Okay. We've got about 3 minutes left before we're done for this session. So we've got a couple more minutes for any further questions, and then we'll be wrapping up here shortly. And let's see if we got a couple of more questions coming in. Look, one of the things that we find that I experienced during the onboarding process is that when we start using the Copilot, when the end user, when the technician starts using the Copilot, they all of a sudden understand, and this is about with the autopilot, with the Copilot, is that you start freeing up your time to do the things that you really want to pay attention to. Instead of answering the questions over and over and over, the exact same question on the regular basis, that you're going to be able to quickly reply to these questions. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and stop the share on this, and we're going to go for the wrap up. And let me just see, I've got one more question coming in. I think I've stopped sharing at this point. Yeah. Okay. So look, we're going to wrap up now. This brings us to the end of the session. We've covered a lot, but there's a lot more to learn about the AI. We've kind of like the drop in the bucket. So let's quickly recap what we've gone through today. We've taken a look about how Copilot enhances every ticket with real-time suggestions, sentiment analysis, and knowledge-based references. We've looked at how you can generate articles from ticket resolutions with just one click, and then repurpose that content into quick replies for faster future responses. We've looked at how custom fields can be auto-filled by Copilot, giving you clean, structured data without manual input. And finally, how all the structured data fuels smarter reports so you can track trends, spot recurrent issues, and measure performance in a way that actually matters. The key takeaway, these aren't just features. They're part of a larger AI workflow that saves time, boosts consistency, and scales your IT operations intelligently. If you haven't explored these tools yet, now's the time. Start small, turn on the Copilot, try a quick reply, build a report. You don't have to automate everything overnight, but every step you take adds value. Thanks again for being part of the Ateraverse. We hope to see you here soon. And again, anytime that if you need to get help started, let us know and we'll be happy to guide you through the process. Lee, thanks so much for joining us tonight. Everyone have a great day and we'll see you then.